Hi, I'm Vikram Gour and you're watching India Ahead. Today we're out in Gurgaon at the headquarters of MG Motor India. We're going to be catching up with Gaurav Gupta, who is the Chief Commercial Officer for MG Motor India. MG has been on a roll since they've come to the country, and we've seen them do really well with products like the Gloster, the Hector Plus, the EZS, which is their first EV, which is doing really well. But the real story is the Astor. That is their new baby. It came out a couple of weeks ago, and it's doing really well in the market as well. So we're going to be talking to Gaurav about everything that MG is up to and what keeps them so vibrant. Hi Gaurav.
Hi Vikram.
An absolute pleasure to be here.
Come, have a seat.
So, since we are fully vaccinated.
Yes.
A beautiful office, Gaurav, and we just had a quick walkthrough. And you run a company that's vibrant as well, and you've come out with a product which is the Astor, which has really sort of taken away a lot of people's, not really taken away, but sort of blown people away with what it is as an offering. So could you tell us a little bit more about the Astor and the positioning of the Astor?
Well, first I must say thank you for your kind words. I think the team really puts it all together, and we are fortunate to really have a young, vibrant entire workforce, and along with our partners of the ecosystem. So our dealer partners, our suppliers, everyone has come together. In the case of the MG Astor, I think we have taken one more step towards building on what we say MG is an auto tech brand. It also helps us to work on the platform of CASE, which is connected, autonomous, shared and electric. Our first car was the MG Hector, which was connected, India's first internet SUV. Then we brought in autonomous level 1. Of course, we brought in the electric. The ZS EV came as our second product, which was the electric vertical. And then we have MG Gloster, which is autonomous level 1 premium SUV in the country. And now with MG Astor, we bring in a car with AI inside, but also at the same time we bring it an autonomous level 2 in the MG Astor. So definitely it's a technology package, really customized and made for India. The grille, for example, if you see, is customized for India, and now many other changes as well. And to me, it's one of my personal favorites now, and we are very much blessed and humbled with the response we've got from the MG Astor.
So one of the underlying themes that we see with all the products that MG has brought in, all four of them, is that tech plays a vital role. Like with the Astor, those two blinking lights, the AI that looks back at you, you can have it tell you a joke as well. You know, there's a lot of thought that goes behind what tech to bring in and everything along those lines. So what is tech to MG?
I think tech is the soul of MG, if you could say that. You know, what was if innovation and tech are the soul of MG, and in 60s and 70s, tech and innovation was land speed, and that was many records were taken by MG in those times. And today, innovation is all about tech, and that's what we work towards. Your point about you know, the personal AI assistant that we have on the MG Astor, actually we do a lot of engagement with our consumers. And we were getting the feedback that while we do have the iSmart system in our cars, they were looking for a form to the same as well.
Okay.
Because now that entire voice-enabled systems coupled with AI becomes your personal AI assistant. It's like your travel buddy, your companion, and that is how we keep working on the area. So one is our consumer research, consumer engagement, of course our R&D centers, and plus we also work with a lot of startups now. In fact, some of the technology that we've got in MG Astor, like our digital passport, which is industry first to have a blockchain enabled digital car passport, like you have your geographical passport, your country passport, vaccine passport, you have a car passport. And Coin Earth is part of our pick from MG Developer Program and grant of Season 2.0.
Okay.
So it comes from various sources.
So you're working with startups, you're engaging with startups, and as an attitude, MG also has the startup attitude. And would you like to elaborate on that a little?
I would say that definitely the way our entire team is building on MG is, you know, we have an entire philosophy, what we call is an MG 2.0, and we are working in the area. Specifically, we would call it as speed is something that all of our employees go through. It's a test, if you could say that. It's a culture of speed, and culture of speed is not just about being fast. You know, S is a startup culture, which means you really are able to bring in ideas. There's less hierarchy. You have the ability to allow people to fail in some of the ideas. I think we have failed in some of our initiatives as well, but bring in fast. Right. P is passion, of course, that we really have to have people who are passionate. Then E, of course, becomes ease of doing business, and the second E is execution, because ultimately whatever strategy you have, execution plays a key role. Right. And D is for diversity. So all of us really believe that this entire speed culture really defines what MG is all about. And diversity, like I said, to us is a very core value. It's not just with those words. We are close to 34% of the workforce is women workforce, and we believe that has really helped us to reach where we are and will be taking us further as well as we progress.
So speed also means that you're able to sort of change direction really quick, react to market reactions very fast as well. And looking at your product portfolio, you're stuck to a very SUV line. Is that by design? Is that something that you see is where the Indian market truly lies, or are we going to see some other changes from MG in the future?
You know, you ask a very good question, because we did take on the challenge. We were working originally on bringing in 3 products in a span of 2 years, and we've then challenged ourselves to bring in actually 4 products in a matter of about 27 months. If I include the number of 2019, July is when MG Hector came in, and in September, October, we've got the MG Astor, keeping in mind the months which were constrained because of COVID. So to that aspect, I do agree that our teams, our international support partners, everyone takes this on and say, let's go on with the kind of passion and speed in the market. The SUV choice in bringing all our first products as being SUVs is actually by design. We do understand and we have studied the market. We are seeing the trends of SUV which are growing. But having said so, we also would say that we keep studying the entire market, various segments, and that is a constant approach of preparing yourself for future introductions as well.
So sir, with that, I'd like to thank you very much for your time. But before we leave, I'd like to step out with you into the office and ask you a question out there as well.
Sure, it's a pleasure as well. Vikram, you see our entire office over here. You see the young, vibrant workforce.
Yeah.
Interestingly, what we'll also share with you is that right on our ceiling as well, we've got our network mapped out. Okay. So we have kept a lot of open space in the office. It's more like you said, it's like an IT startup, if you could say that. There are silent rooms, there's an open office area culture. And I think the energy comes from just the environment and the people together.
I love the fact that you brought in a lot of green as well with the plants. It's truly a stunning sort of layout and very young and fresh.
And this is an LED building as well, so LEED, LEED building as well. So it helps us completely on our path towards environment and focus on making it really green overall.
So thank you so much for that, sir. But the one question I wanted to ask you out here on the floor with your team is, what is it that MG stands for?
I think in one word, I would say auto tech.
I think that sums it up perfectly. Thank you so much for your time, sir. Thank you so much.